Fernie's Tacos are playing with a sub. It's on Oregon. And if Wichita Wolves lose this game, they're basically out of playoffs. Is this where the other shoe drops? Are we just waiting for it to drop at this point?
Is the pressure too much? Is that what the issue is? Is it the pressure? Is it the pressure to play your game? Because we talk about this a lot. It was like, Mitch Wolves, you just kind of, the choice is, do you play your game or you just play the vibes, just play the game as would. You don't do anything crazy.
Yeah, that's the question. Are they going to start overthinking it? Maybe the desk was right. They focused so much of their prep on minimizing poise, and now that he's gone, they're lost. They don't know what to do. We'll just have to see. So far, the ban phase hasn't been anything too crazy. We will see a Cade actually banned. Normally, when we see him banned, it's when Thatcher and Maverick are banned on the attack. Cade is banned in response because it's a lot more difficult to get those electric claws. But instead, there was a Zofia ban taken out by the Wichita Wolves, and then they opted to ban the Cade. To round things out, we have the Valkyrie, who strong map on any map. Fernie's Tacos banned the Thatcher earlier. Normal ban on every single map. So really, it's the Zofia and the Cade that we need to look at. Say, okay, they don't want to deal with those electric claws. Should be a little bit easier to open up those walls. With Thatcher on the board, can't really bandit tricks. So a lot of options. A lot of options here. Certainly something different coming out from the Wichita Wolves.
Yeah, it's always that Zofia ban. It's always kind of weird because she's, again, like I've said before so many times before in casts, that she's strong enough to be brought, but never too strong to be banned. It's kind of the thing, really. But like, banning Kaid, it's like usually you see it with Maverick, like you said, but either way, having Thatcher off the board is the counter, I guess. So banning Kaid isn't always that crazy, I guess. But still, yeah, the first start though, we see Mohes on the Finca and the Blitz coming from callout. So is this considered overthinking it?
No. You know why it's not overthinking it?
Yeah,
we've seen this before. We've seen this before. Yeah, you remember. You remember now.
I remember now.
Your memory's getting jogged.
I remember now. Yeah, they always wait until like the not dying second, but the right time.
It's sometimes it comes late. Sometimes it's used early on. But what Wichita Wolves will usually do on Oregon specifically, on this map in particular, is call out will 6 to the Blitz from any operator. Doesn't have to be Flores, can be something else. They will 6 to the Blitz, and usually when they use it, it's on basement. And the last time we saw them play Oregon, off the top of my head, was against Honor, where we saw this play in Stage 2, which is they rushed Bunker early on. Didn't even rush the site. They just rushed Bunker, took out the guy there on the back of Callout's Blitz, and they had basically the entirety of downstairs control, almost including Pillar, almost immediately. And Fernie, as you can see right now, quite a few players lining up outside of Bunker right now. They're likely going to Gone 6 this barricade and just charge on in.
In the Finca charge. It's going to happen. There we go.
There it is.
Oh, well,
and there's a Renegade.
Doesn't care about it. Goes for the kill. Blinded. There he goes. Down he goes. Call gets the first kill. Abeno with another on the Nat as well. Ensues the chaos. Titan doesn't know what's going on. Forrest just runs into Pillar, takes him out. They have control of time. Rainbow is upstairs on the hatch. Prodigy sitting the new player sitting inside of Freezer. He's dead already. Abeno finishes off Rainbow and the flawless round to start us off.
That was great. I really enjoyed watching that. That was
the other time. Remember the other time to use it though? The other time was on Attic inside top floor.
Same game, right?
Same game.
Yeah, the call out jumped into the attic window.
Yep.
Well, that round was great. Let me tell you, that round was great. We saw call out rush Bunker like we knew he would, like we all called that he would. Gets the kill. I will say, when they opened up that barricade and there was a Renegade there, and call just ran on through. Got a little worried that maybe Rainbow would land some shots into Callout's feet and the blitz play would collapse into failure. But alas, he did not. He blinded the smoke. Managed to take him down. Combined with the kill that Abonite got onto Nat, I think Wichita Wolves, it was probably, like you said, when you talked about the blitz play, they were just seeing what was going to happen. They were going to wait for that right moment. If the opportunity presented itself to Flood, they'd send it on in. But I imagine maybe if they only got that kill, they would have pulled back a little bit. But once Abonite got that kill on a Nat, Wichita Wolves were like, okay, let's just send it. They got the third kill, and they're like, yeah, we're already at the end of the round at this point. Let's just bring it home, get round number 1 on the board. It's exactly what they did.
I love how Titan would just sit at Pillar, just like reloading his gun, like, what is happening?
Titan's like, guys, help!
he's just behind the Pillar, just like, reload the gun.
I mean, there's not much to break down. It was like that was just a Wichita Wolves round through and through. It lasted about 30 seconds.
Not much
we can add to that. Y'all pretty much saw what happened.
So the question is, they know the Bliss this round though, but they still have the Finka on board, and Mohes usually plays the Lion though, which is interesting. So Mohes playing the Finka more often now, maybe to bring that that global ability, having to be able to heal your opponent or heal your teammates, not opponents, your teammates. And really, first part's gonna be destroying those mirror windows. Already done. One's already been opened up, opening up towards that split side towards garage. There's also another upstairs facing the attic side to make it difficult to push from attic into site. And that's one thing that's interesting, because the Kaid band and the Valkyrie band leaves mirror available, and mirror on Oregon can be quite a tussle, can be quite something to deal with. But we'll see with our Wolves how they diffuse that.
Well, that's sort of the issue right there. Obviously, they were trying to deny that meeting play, so it's a lot harder to take attic throughout, and of course, a lot harder to then get vertical play onto the players playing inside a kitchen. Basically, helps keep that bit of map control in the hands of the defense. That mirror window gone, you just kind of have to sit in kitchen and play it a lot more normally. What they were trying to do, trying to be super creative with that setup, you can't really do it anymore. Still a lot of options. Roy G. Biv, who, by the way, you do not get the joke. Roy G. Biv, if you also did not take art class in elementary school, is an acronym for all the names of the colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, and his name is Rainbow. That's the joke. He's not dead. Flipper is, and that was Mohes, not Rainbow either.
Yeah, I saw you put that's Rainbow in the chat. I had no clue what that meant, and I was like looking at that like,
yeah, no, Roy G. Biv is all the colors, and a rainbow is all the colors, all the main like 7.
Yeah, all the main 7 colors. Yeah,
there's other colors
Well, hey, that's very creative from Rainbow. Well, Rainbow gets the first pick for his team. C4 on the forest. He's gonna run away, but someone's there to refrag Abnai from garage. Titan there is to take up Mohes elsewhere. Looking like Titan's getting aggressive, trying to walk out of the kitchen, help his team out to keep themselves in the in the running, keep themselves even. And now with that, what Wichita Wolves, they have some control. They've dealt with some of these players. They've opened up that that wall into games, I believe. So they have some control here, but attic hasn't really been taken by.
They haven't actually.
No, haven't actually. So they don't really have much open here for them. Oh.
On top of that, Force is dead. He cannot open that up. Wichita Wolves are relegated to pushing into these doorways, and it appears with 35 seconds left, they don't have much time to rotate. They'll have to push on through attic and trophy. Abunai is down below, probably trying to find Titans, who was down below earlier, likely trying to go for a C4. Will not find him, but will find Prodigy. But here comes Titans. Abunai will open it up. He does not have the intel on the Mira's position. Gotta be a bit more careful than that. Call out also shut down on the entry into sight. Freak will manage to find one, and probably knows Titans' position with 15 seconds left. He can make this frag work. Titans will likely rotate back down. Unknown right now. Never mind, he's rotated back up, but Freak certainly does not know his position. He'll recover the diffuser. Titans is well aware of this spot. He can wait out his time, planning right in front of him. Easy kill for Titans. Fernie's tacos even things up. 1-1.
Yeah, that was a good start for Wichita Wolves. They're able to get those picks, that grenade kill, getting a pick elsewhere as well, putting themselves in the lead. But Fernie's tacos, Titans getting aggressive. Rainbow with the C4, evening it up, and the big powers. That C4 kill was the Hibana. It was that Forest need to open up that game's wall. Not having the hard breaching available at that point, because the selection of operators they're bringing means they then at that point have to walk, like I said, walk through those doors, walk through angles. And Abunai at that point looking like he was trying to be that, that last minute attack that you wouldn't expect, that flank, that last minute hit from the back you wouldn't see. But Titan was ready, waiting for that play by white stairs to deny that entirely. And that point nullifies that surprise play and making it so easy to deal with those players pushing in from attic, pushing in from trophy into site.
And that was honestly the play there that it both simultaneously could have won the round, but then when Titans landed the kill on the Abunai was also the play that ended up losing them the round, or getting Fernie Stockwars to win the round. It was late, they didn't have the intel. Unfortunate, while Abunai was trying to make a play there, it was probably just, he's like, I gotta do something. This is going to be risky, but I need to make it work. Unfortunately for him, Titans was there to shut him down. Didn't happen. Nice try by Abunai, but overall it was a solid round by Fernie's Tacos. They were able to keep it close throughout, and when it came to that late round, once they got the kill onto Forest, that was that little pick, I guess big pick, depending on how you want to view it, that pushed them over the edge. Rotating back down to basement, there is no blitz on the board for Wichita Wolves. Call out instead sticking to that Twitch. There is no Mira for Fernie's Tacos, but you're not really going to make that blitz play work a second time. I imagine Fernies are going to have some more countermeasures to anticipate that possibility, and, well, they might, but it's not happening for Wichita.
Well, so the question is now, Wichita Wolves have to go for more, orthodox approach to dealing with this play, and
more normal.
Normal play. Normal. Well, the question is now, are they going to try and go for that same elbow back tower push? Or maybe they go for maybe the laundry freezer take like we see for most teams. But when they go for laundry freezer, a lot of teams have difficulty doing that because they don't have like an operator like Ying to create that entry, to create the opportunity to deal with those players in freezer or to even stop that crossfire from laundry. But so far, looks like positioning wise, Wichita Wolves are going for that same play, trying to go for that back tower elbow push. But big thing here is the fact that they have on side of Fernie's Tacos, they're set up for that meeting push, that or meeting, roam, so they can drop down the hatches, they can get angles on players pushing into sites. Though at the same point, there aren't many players on site though, so they could try to, abuse that.
Right now, see Forest start moving on in. I almost called him Roy G. Viv, but Rainbow put down to 1 HP has been spotted out. Not actually sure where that was from. Oh, it might have been from above, from Freak. Either way, he started to rotate out, but he's put on 1 HP, so he'll force to rotate back with this extension. But that extension, the very one I just mentioned, is still alive and well. Nat will rotate down, but it will likely waste some time for Wichita Wolves is trying to open it up, further clear it out, and make sure there's nobody there. Mohesa almost picks off Nat as he rotates further into the site. But in terms of both the engagements for Rainbow and Nat, they're both low, but left alive. That's the important part. There's one final member on the roam. Prodigy upstairs on the second floor. Wichita Wolves might be aware of his presence, but if they're not only is that a C4, but a player in a great spot to catch them off guard from behind.
The question is, do they need to even push these players if they push site and deal with the players in pillar and deal with players outside? Call out pushing downstairs in 90 deals with Prodigy actually walking down white stairs. There's a second player behind him though. It looks like Call out's gonna push down those laundry stairs. Freak with another kill onto Titan as a refrag. And he's taking control of pillar. They have control of that electrical room. So Freak with another kill on the flipper too is slowly but surely they're making the way onto site. Now Fernie's they're in the mana disadvantage. It's up to Nat and Roar up. You almost maybe say too Rainbow, but they're also low HP, but low HP doesn't matter if you can get the headshot.
Yeah, excellent shot by him onto Freak. Freak was the player that has opened the round up for Wichita Wolves after Callout got that opening pick. Titans even it up, but pushing down the back stairs, Freak got 2 kills, and now it's winnable for Fernie's, but both members on low HP. 25 health is about the max on the side of Fernie's, and if you add them up, it's only about 30 after that, so it's not looking great for the defense in terms of health. But in terms of time, they have a little bit going their way. Most spots now rotating out. Now Rainbow has to try to make something work. He will spot one inside a pillar. Manages to find the kill. Callout takes down Forrest. This is the play. This is the hinge. The fulcrum that knocks it over. But no, Callout manages to find him through the smoke. No.
Yeah, you see right there.
No ridiculous round coming out through here, though there was certainly a little bit of incredulity on our side and likely Wichita Wolves and Fernie's Taco side as well. Wichita Wolves still managed to get it out, win their second attacking round. That was almost bad, though. That was almost really bad.
I think Forrest was finishing the plant, and you get up from the plant, and he didn't know that, so he's pre-firing the hallway and shoots him in the back of the head. Oh, but first of all, big thing there started us off was getting that first pick for side of Wichita Wolves. They had control of big tower, and then they put Rainbow not the first pick, but they put him on low HP. They caused him to pull back, and they take control of big tower. They let Nat run back to site, but all that control, then they slowly take picks. They slowly take control of big tower, took control of tower pillar, make the way down. Call it as well. Playing first floor, walking through 90, making sure that nobody from the side of Fernie's goes for a late game flank and to put more confusion and go down laundry stairs as well. So just really good job from Wichita Wolves not be all focused on one side, to have people go other directions, cause confusion for Fernie's Tacos. And in the end, it was a 2v4, which Rainbow did bring it back, gets that pick, tries to bring the round back, but really, both players had, 30 HP, like you said?
Yeah, there's about 30 HP total between him and Nat. But, Benny, we are 3 rounds in. Wichita Wolves are not only up 2-1, but it's on Oregon attack. And the 2 sites they have won are basement. On Fernie's Tacos, I am worried right now. So Oregon attack is not something that is easy, but winning basement twice so far, one of the primary bomb sites and one of the better sites on Oregon. Fernie's Tacos now have to go back to the tertiary since Dorms has not unlocked yet, and this is often the site where attacking teams pick up 1 or 2 of those rounds. Wichita Wolves already have 2. They already got their 2 on the board. Now they're attacking the tertiary site. If they pick up another one here, this is just icing on the cake at that point. So for starting up for Wichita Wolves, we don't know exactly what their take is going to be yet. They're starting on that southern side, and Diana Clone moving upstairs, might be trying to clear out that extension, but they're happy at this point. They're just trying to get more rounds for the sake of getting more rounds.
Call seems to pick. We'll see one person, walking around upstairs. It'll be the Rooney of Nat walking with a friend of his on top floor. And yeah, like you said, they have to deal with this top floor clear. But either way, they're looking happy at the moment with the way this rounds have gone so far. And so far, it looks like they're trying to push out the player in attic. It seems to be maybe the Wamaya Prodigy who's playing up there, and there's got a player inside the attic window and a player inside of attic in the corner playing the corner of it, not swap itself. So Mohes maybe has the clear jump in, but is there a player actually big tower to help him out? Freak with the first pick on a Prodigy, so that player in attic swamp is dead now. They should have control of attic, but Rainbow is playing in the rotate, trying to push back into attic from big tower, but he's getting a pre-fight up by Hess. So at this point, looks like Wichita Wolves have full control of the top floor within the first half of the round, and getting the kill on the Rainbow on top of it.
Going up 4-3. One thing I will say about Fernie's Tacos, and you're seeing it play out in front of your eyes right now, win or lose, they have been really good at getting those trades. It's just unfortunate because Wichita Wolves have won every single opening duel so far, and your trades might be good, but if you start out losing it and you trade, you're going to end up losing it at the end of the day. Titans does find one opportunity to get a kill from below. Forrest rotates over an open hole in the floor, but the moment passes. Doesn't land a single shot. Instead, he bides his time, and that might be the better play in the long run. If they think that hole is clear and they get a bit careless running across, just like Forrest did, Titans can exploit that carelessness and potentially get a kill from below. Wichita Wolves continue rotating under that, but Titans instead has rotated into meeting. It's Flipper to hold down kitchen, Titans to put some more control and make a bit more of a contest inside of meeting. Wichita Wolves have yet to fully rotate down. We still see some Flores drones opening up some holes, clearing out utility. But Fernie's Tacos still have both 10 Shamika grenades and 2 smoke canisters to delay time. They might lose one if Titan's play isn't going to work, but are Wichita Wolves aware or have any intel on this attic floor rotating up top? All 3 are currently rotating into security, and they're all lining up for Flipper. He watches one rotate on in, but he misses all the shots. The few he takes, he misses all of them. Titans has this vertical play. Can he find an angle on either the planter or one of the attack? He will find one, but he can't stop the bomb from going down. Flipper will fall on the first floor. It's Titans to now rotate back down and try to clutch out a 1v2 post plant. Drops directly into Flipper's smoke beyond the grave. He'll start defusing. The Wichita Wolves have the intel. They'll start rotating over. He might have it in time. No, he doesn't. Forrest catches him off guard. 3-3 half confirmed for Wichita Wolves. They've won basement. They've won kitchen. If Wichita Wolves win dorms, I am scared to death if I am Fernie's Tacos.
If only some way Titan could have went for the planter rather than another player first. Hard to say. Maybe that could cause confusion. But either way, the start of the round was big, though, because Wichita Wolves still, like we said before, trades are important. They were trading player after player, but they got the first pick in the beginning. They dealt with, it was Prodigy playing Swamp. He was playing that Umai, trying to hold Attic for his team. And unfortunately, though, he was getting pinched by both Mohes and I believe it was and Abinai, Abinai or Freak? No, it was Freak. Freak pushing behind inside of Trophy. So they get that first pick. Rainbow does get a pick coming back, but trade out immediately. And then you saw Nat coming from behind, flanking in through walking closet, also gets refragged as well. And just unfortunately, since they had the man up, they were down. They're 3-2 in the execute. And Flipper, you saw there, or Titans tried to go for the flank all the way up big tower through attic back into kids. But at that point, the last two players of Wichita Wolves had already pushed down white stairs, pushed into security, and pushed the last player on site, giving that control, getting that plant down. So we go on to our 5th round of the half. We go back upstairs, which was the only round win so far for Fernie's Tacos. They able to get that pick on a Forest. Well, 2 kills in the beginning for them that really put them in the lead there, because not having Heart Breacher trying to push upstairs and have the opening thing is very difficult.
They did suffer from that same problem I mentioned. They lost the opening duel and they played the trades, but instead of ending in the disadvantage, they actually ended even. And as you said, one of the kills they got was Forest, the only hard breacher for Wichita Wolves. So that entire round, the moment Forest died, Gen Wall remained reinforced. Wichita Wolves could not play off that angle. The defenders had a lot more freedom to play inside a site, and they were forced to push in through doorways in order to make their attack work. It almost did, but it didn't in the end. For reasons we won't get into right now. Basically, some late round plays by Titans. Abunai being shut down. This go around, certainly Wichita Wolves, go for the opening duel. Not saying that. Continue playing the aggression you're doing. Even though Fernies are countering you, you're still doing well enough overall that it's a good style of play. But keeping Forest alive, that is the game plan here, because if they do that, they have a really good shot at winning dorms.
Well, this time they clear out classroom, make sure that Rainbow isn't playing there so he can see for Forest as he goes for that wall. But, as Habani, I don't really need to walk in. So hard to say what happened there exactly. As we didn't see, we just saw Rainbow blow up Forest sky high. So at this point, though, too, the mirrors are the issue here. That's why they have that mirror inside the kitchen so that they can play for that. But Call It's not on Twitch time. Call It's playing Nomad, so they don't have a way to really deal with those mirror windows besides, maybe going from a different angle, trying to open from pop, or maybe grenading the player behind them. But maybe this time they might even try to even deal with the mirrors. Looks like maybe they're pushing right through, opening up the game zone, going for that first pick easy. Because especially the question is, do they even need to push the mirror in the kid side? But Rainbow going for a flank. Is there a Nomad air jab way to stop him? Titans goes down elsewhere, and that could be a big pick.
There is just simply nobody watching his position, nobody on drones, nobody watching those angles, and it's actually the first time in the match Fernie's Tacos win the opening duel, and let me check the clock. It's gone untraded. Freak goes down, albeit it's not forced on the Hibana, but look at that. It is muted right now. Somebody has to rotate down and take that mute jammer off the wall because the player who is at the forefront of trying to clear that mute jammer is now dead. Abunai has rotated down, but there are still players downstairs ready to contest his entry into or from Garage. Forrest manages to find Rainbow, potentially getting over aggressive. He was the player that took down Freak previously, so that's a C4 off the board. But even though Titans was down earlier, this extension downstairs is still alive, so nobody can rotate down freely to clear off that mute jammer off the wall. 2 rounds now, Generator Wall will remain solid, and while Wichita Wolves, it's even in man count. It's a 4v4. They have to go with the same strategy, pushing through doorways, and Nat, you saw Benny. He's getting aggressive, but he can still play in this position.
Oh, whoa. There goes Titans, who got finished off finally. Looks like they're rotating to a white stairs take. Forrest runs in. Abnai kills Mohes. Forrest takes one of his own, but he gets refragged. Abnai takes Nat down. It's Flipper in a 1v2 with the 10 seconds left to go. He has to stay alive. He pre-fires off with the LMG, trying to get a kill, but a grenade and a gun finishes him off. Wichita Wolves will somehow take that round.
Came down off of an incredibly tense rush up white stairs. You heard the Finka boost come out. You knew exactly what was happening. Not the best start when Abnai shot his teammate in the back of the head. Got very worried when that happened. But after that, Wichita Wolves did what they do best, which is, more often than not, flooding, but managing to get the kills they need to make it work. Wichita Wolves, that's basically been a part of their play style since stage 1, since they were 8. They've been doing that. Well, clutching rounds, sure. But not necessarily in the 1vx sense, but when they have to just make a collective push through a doorway or two, if they have enough people on the board, they can make it work more often than not. And that was a situation where it did. Of course, Abernai, TK was a little worrying, but Forrest and him on the entry managed to find those kills necessary. And despite the fact that Fernie's Tacos had a pretty gnarly crossfire, 1 player in Gen, since the wall had never been opened, 1 player in dorms, and I believe 1 player even further to the left as well on the bunks, kills still went their way. Took down the player by big window, and it was just Flipper left. And even though it came down to a 1v2, still very close, winnable for Fernie's Tacos, didn't work out at the end. But here's the problem, Benny. Wichita Wolves have now won all 3 sites on Oregon attack. Now we're going back down to basement. Fernie's Tacos have won a grand total of 0 times. This is the issue right here. Wichita Wolves have looked really good on the attack.
It looks like they're changing the strategy at least. Though.
They are. That is true. Feel free to talk about that.
Last 2 times they played this site, they played for that meeting, played for that roam, had people on top floor, had people on first floor, playing for that roam, trying to hold meeting and use the hatches against, Wichita Wolves. But this time, they're gonna back off. They're gonna go for that more normalized strat where you have the mirror in play. You can, have a mirror facing freezer, have a mirror facing elsewhere, maybe even facing towards that single wall into storage. There's different ways you can play the site now, and really we've seen Wichita Wolves play for that back tower, play for the elbow play every single time so far, but it looks like they're changing it up. But there is a mirror facing freezer, so they're going to face some difficulties starting off here. And can they actually walk in a freezer, without harm?
Oh, no, they will not. And they'll probably recognize that fact pretty soon after they spot the far left end of that mirror window. They're like, we cannot just take this for free, unfortunately. So they'll have to rotate back up. Do have a bit of intel. They've already got a nice spearhead into freezer. That's about all you need for the first minute. That's pretty solid overall. Of course, right here, still have a lot of time to continue their attack, open up these hatches, whether they want to do main stairs, back tower stairs. They have the hard-reaching utility at their disposal to go for it. Might be a little strapped since they only are bringing that Hibana. Requires 4 X-Kairos to open up these hatches, so if you want to open up all 3, you will need 12 out of your 18 X-Kairos to make that work. Looks like right now they're instead just prioritizing the main stairs and the security hatches. That could actually demonstrate to Fernie's the kind of take they're going for. if they know that only the main stairs hatch and the freezer hatch is open, they're probably going for that type of execute. But of course, they also need to account for the fact that that won't stop Freak from getting a little bit aggressive on those back tower stairs. But so far, it's not had much of an impact.
Well, so far, the only elbow pressure they have, though, is that mirror, so they could take control of elbow easily, but the problem is Flipper is playing pretty aggressive here in barrels, stopping the push down the back stairs, but actually Fofo, Forrest drops down the hatch, he takes out one, he's inside of sight, but is he going to be able to survive, though? He takes out Titans, actually, Rainbows by himself, all alone, and really, I don't know what happened.
Well, so, do you remember how I had that little bit of analysis where I was like, oh, opening up the main stairs hatch and the freezer hatch, that could signal to Fernie's Tacos that they're going to push. They're going to do a laundry freezer push. Remember how I said that?
Yeah, yeah.
See, how what they did was they just hot dropped the E-box hatch.
It wasn't even all of those. It was just Forrest.
Yeah, well, he did get like 2 kills on that execute.
Yeah.
Was kind of like the important part of that. He just kind of like weaved through the site and somehow didn't die.
He just kills the guy playing the mirror window, kills the guy in the rotating laundry, and then just has sight, and then the rest of them are pushing, down, up, down, back tower stairs, taking out the rest of the players who were in the hallway and freezer or inside of like where else they were at.
Yeah, so going forward here, if you don't know why I was so worried, Fernie's Tacos going down 5-1 on their Oregon defenses, let's compare this to a map like Clubhouse.
They can take 6 in a row.
It's possible. Crazier things have happened. Well, let's take a map like Clubhouse. Pretty even. Not too crazy on either side. Maybe favoring the attack a little bit more. But overall, if you get a 3-3 half on Clubhouse, not crazy.
Yeah.
If you're switching, you can come back from that. Oregon, both literally and in this example, is not Clubhouse.
I don't know,
Oregon,
even going off sides, just a 5-1 half, no matter what map you go
in
to.
general, yeah. But think about it this way. We had a similar case, but the reverse. So I guess not. Well, it is similar. Take the Livid and IF game from early on. 5-1 half. I believe it. I don't know if it was for Livid or IF, but it was on their Oregon defenses. 5-1 half.
Oh,
and you're thinking, oh god.
I think it was IF. No,
That's
IF
crazy.
had a 5-1 half because then they went on to attack and they were just
exactly. Then from that point, it was another 5-1 half on Oregon defense by Livid. This is not that situation. You can't predict success like that on Oregon attack. You can't say, oh, it's defense, we can get a 5-1. Oregon attack is simply not that. It's not that style of play. And when Fernie's Tacos are down one of their key entries in poise, and Prodigy, who's on the entry, has not been having a great game so far, well, he might actually find a kill there. I say that. Call out very narrowly gave himself away.
He's getting picked too.
Still, the point I'm making is that you cannot rely on that level of success on Oregon attack.
It could have been safe. If he got that picked up, it would have been nice to see that. But unfortunately, now he's kind of announced his presence here in Trophy. So now the rest of Wichita Wolves know that they're pushing up. And Freak will get the first pick on the Nat, actually. Looks like Nat was trying to push straight into Kitchen without anybody else. Mohez will get a kill on Titans elsewhere, too. So there goes 2 sets of grenades, which could be vital for dealing with a lot of utility on the side of Wichita Wolves. At that point, getting 2 picks, Wichita Wolves are like, hey, we're just going to back off the site because we've got our picks. We've wasted utility on the side. We got rid of all of the grenades. We're good to go.
Yeah, taking out Titans and Nat on Yana. 2 of your key entries. Sure, there's still Prodigy, but again, he's not been having the best game so far. He will rotate down. He is going to be the entry in this case, trying to make his way into Freezer. Nobody's giving up any picks from Wichita Wolves so far, which they don't need to. They got their 5-3 advantage. They don't need to give away any gunfights right now. Don't get overconfident. This is sort of the issue for Fernie's Tacos. They might have a lot of good tools to use. They have the Hibana, still have the Ash to destroy some of that bulletproof or explosive utility. But beyond that, not that much. They really have to really prioritize these hatches, and I imagine whatever hatches they open, that's where they're going to push from.
I say, yeah, they need to find picks more than anything at this point. Open hatches.
Like something, anything.
Something. They got to find a weak point somewhere in Wichita Wolves' defense, which you wouldn't say it, though, because Wichita Wolves on their defense. It's kind of hard to find, weak points in a disciplined team like them. So we'll see, though. As they're droning around, they have a minute still to go, where they can look around, see if they can figure things out. It looks like Rainbow has an idea of somebody nearby, so he's going to open up that E-box wall to try and deal with the player playing Harry Potter or playing this barrels hallway. So, Abadai sitting here, it looks like he's just looking back and forth between elbow and side of back tower stairs. So at this point, really, I'm surprised Rainbow hasn't opened the wall yet, actually.
Well, Abadai is actually in a bit of a dangerous spot right now. There is one player playing outside. All right, well, Rainbow just got killed to a Capcan trap. Beside the point, Prodigy managed to weave his way on in, take down Abadai and Pillows. I was going to say, Abadai's in a tough spot. Prodigy and Flipper are both looking to pinch him out. Ebonite dies, but again, at the cost of one of the members of Fernie's Tacos with 15 seconds left, diffuser inside the site. Wichita Wolves have their angles. They have one player, Freezer, who's got the kill on the flipper, and they have one player just around the bomb chassis who gets the final kill that sends Wichita Wolves to match point. 6-1 so far, and all they have to do is win an Oregon defense. Surely they can do that.
Also, yeah, Capcom makes a lot of sense for Oregon when teams take, a long time to create that execute, and you have to rush at the end. It makes sense for Capcom, actually.
Teams can get careless. Teams are not used to people bringing Capcan. They're not looking at their feet, or I guess chest level.
If you stack all 5 in one door, they'll never notice it, right?
That's true. Or if you stack all 5 Capcan traps on one door, it's got to be difficult. You got 15 seconds left to shoot them all and also enter the site. Is problematic. Not the angle I was going for, but I guess that also does apply. I was thinking about something more I don't know, intellectual, normal.
Hey, if you put like 1 at the bottom, put 2 at top, and they're looking down, not looking up.
Benny, I'm not a refined Capcan enjoyer like you are. I'm not able to put myself in the mind of someone who knows the full potential of an operator. So, I'll let you take that one. I'll go back to having a life, knowing useful info.
But either way, that was the big part is losing 2 players on that roam clear. Or what potentially was supposed to be a roam clear. And then Wichita was just backing off at that point. And Fernie's Tacos, they had 2 minutes at that point to try and execute, but the problem is the lack of utility, the lack of really anything to go off of. You don't have grenades in them. You still have the explosives from Ash's Breach, but you don't have the grenades to try and, clear out Freezer or declare people in live or in laundry or clear players who are playing Pillar. And at that point, you gotta try to take fights, try and have to push through. And sometimes I didn't expect too. They could have used some of the X-Scouts to open up that, the E-box wall and try and deal with Ebonite. Though they get the kill at Ebonite, but did cost Rainbow from jumping down into a Capcan trap, which was unfortunate too.
Benny, I mean, I don't want to be I don't want to be cynical or pessimistic, but they gotta win Dorm's defense, right? They got to.
You trying to curse them? Is that what you're trying to do?
I mean, here's the great thing. If I say that, I'm right. But if I don't, I curse them, and it's really entertaining to watch. So, I can't lose in this situation right now.
True, you can't lose. Abadai is playing in 3rd floor of Big Tower, which is interesting to see if they're going to try and deal with him whatsoever.
I doubt it.
And you see there is a player by Bathroom as well. So these roamers from Wichita Wolves, well, how's it going to work? Oh.
Sort of the issue right now, Mohes, I have to admit, despite the hole being opened up and a frag grenade exploding right as he was putting that bandit charge down, pretty ballsy. I believe Prodigy just walked off the roof.
Oh.
Pick back up, so we're all good. And right now, Titans, I believe by Mohes just merely existing there. Okay, no, never mind. They'll drone him out. I was about to say, if Titans waste a nade there, that could be bad. All right, well, speaking of things that are bad in actuality, Flipper and Prodigy are dead. I think Prodigy just got smoked off the armory repel by that shield on the hatch. Just got smoked in that long ankle. Ooh. Now Freak is just rotating down below. Let's put things in a 5v2. Rainbow and Titans, the only 2 left. The 2 top fraggers, Fernie's Tacos, I should say. Rainbow on 7, Titans on 6. The latter pushing their way through main lobby. Roy, G-Biff, currently pushing in through armory stairs. They do have nice positions. They don't have any drones on the board, though. Only 1 active drone that Rainbow has at his disposal, and Titans has elected to just start crouch walking down Z because he doesn't have that many options left, Benny.
His Forest is still below as well, too. So he's still roamers below, and, well, Titan's looking around. Forest hears the explosion, so he definitely knows someone's nearby. Will Forest pounce on the Titans or not? Really, he's going to walk towards White stairs, and once again, Freak with a triple kill. Freak's been downstairs, walking down White, walking around Bathroom, just killing people left and right. It's now Rainbow, Roy, G, BIV, 2 in a 1v5 to try and keep his team alive in this match. He's playing this angle, knows there's a player in Attic. It's Mohes on the Bandit, but at the same point, Mohes doesn't have to peek. He's just going to wait for it. Rainbow's just kind of pre-firing, looking for anybody. He doesn't know if somebody's flanking him or not. He's just kind of walking around. He's in a do or death situation at this point. Oh, well, that just makes sense.
And they reactivated the Aruna Gate right in front of him. That's just bad sportsmanship at that point. That's just mean. He'll charge on through, give away the sound cue that he's pushing on in, and he's dead. There we go. So, flawless round for Wichita Wolves to round things out. A 7-1 victory for them to end the second-to-last Playday of Group B. And we mentioned before that Wichita Wolves, if they lose this game, they could be out of contention for playoffs.